See, you know another thing, and I can feel it from the men. There are players that you can predict what they're doing just from if they want to win or not. You know what I mean? Like, there's like a point where they can cheese you out, they may go for it. Oh, I mistimed it. That's not a real backdash point, but I think I mistimed it because of the rollback. Alright, GG. I have a problem where I feel so uncomfortable I naturally pick the option that makes the outcome quicker. That's a very common thing. A lot of people tend to just panic and kind of go ham. The best piece of advice I can give you is try not to care about winning. It all kind of ties down into that. Yeah, I could tell you wanted to win. But the problem with like that sort of thing is that for me, I don't care if I win or lose, right? So by doing like forcing things and like trying to cheese people out, one, it makes you learn essentially slower because you're choosing, oh, I may be dead. You're choosing to essentially just do the outcome that makes you win rather than improve. Basically, let's say if you put a lot of stock into winning, you won't always learn the matchup. But if you put a lot of stock into improving, you will learn the matchup. That's why I tend to not care. And this is why you should not care in those sorts of situations. That's the problem with tournaments as well, and casuals. The reason why no one takes casuals seriously in like serious levels is because you could put a lot of stock into beating me, but if I'm playing like it's just for fun, I mean, who cares, right? That's why a lot of people care about tournaments, because in tournaments, everyone wants to win. Like, if you entered a tournament and you don't really want to win, I mean, that's just weird. Well, it's not weird, but like, you know, it's usually people enter tournaments because they want to do as well as they can, right? And I'll tell you the real secret. So a lot of people always ask why I'm so good at talking, right? Like while I play, that when we're in these interactions, like I don't care like really what happens, because most of the time I'm autopiloting. It's just like I've played so much and like I've played fighting games so long, I can still adapt while I'm autopiloting, right? But that's how you can improve the best, because like, you know, you end up just like dying, right, trying to improve. But most people who you watch on stream will play that way, right? Because like, why, like I'm not going to fucking sweat my ass off trying to win when it doesn't matter, and then I'll just be like, I'm tired, I want to go to bed. It's nap time. That's why I advise people to care more about like just playing, and like even if like you don't feel like you deserve like a rank, like, oh, maybe I'm not Celestial or whatever, just being able to improve is a big deal. A lot of people tend to forget, like, if you just want to go fucking ham, I mean, do it. Have fun with it. Fuck it. Like, someone replied to my video, and they're like, you know, I just really like going ham. Like, fuck it. And I was like, you know, you are totally free to do that. Usually what I talk about implies that you want to, like, you know, compete in tournaments and be as good as you want to be. If you just, like, you know, want to play Nago and, like, twerk on people whenever, play Leo and just, like, scream down like a well or something, go for it. You like twerking. I don't know how to reply to that, but that's like, you know, playing, like, without, like, you know, stressing too much. In tournaments, I used to beat people in Exerd if they ever got close to beating me, because I could feel how anxious they were. Like, they're like, oh, I'm about to win, right? And then like they start going for like really predictable offensive moves, like, you know, they try to cheese you out. It's important to take pride in what you're doing, and like if you accomplish something. Like, I would want someone to feel really good if they beat me. It's very easy to be toxic with yourself if you're very focused on, like, you know, oh, I beat Deb this time, I beat Hotashi this time, I beat SQ this time, and then next tournament, like, you like go to, right? Sometimes it can happen and it's like shadow realming, you know what I mean? And it's obviously like you want to win in competitive environments, or like if you just don't care about, you know, improving or whatever, and you know, you have a good mentality, that shit doesn't even really matter. Like, you can just do whatever you want. When you start thinking about it like this, it helps a lot. Because I'll tell you, I've had a friend, I'm not gonna tell names, no names, but basically, they had a period where they did really well, like extremely well, in Exerd. And then after they like had their good placings, they never did well ever again. Like they just died basically. Like they never had their same like accomplishments, right? So then when they won, it made them bitter. Two, it just upset them, right? Like they'd be really, really upset if they lost. It like made them not enjoy fighting games as much just because of that. But see, that's why I care so much about talking about it, right? Because not everyone will like have such like unhealthy mentalities, but like it's very important. Oh, that was a good tag. It's very important to recognize when you're falling down a pit of, oh shit, I should have tweeted. Like being too toxic to yourself, right? Yeah, downward smile. Expressions washed up. If you mean about like me, I don't care. My rule of thumb is if I don't know who they are, I don't care about their input relating to fighting games. That's pretty much how I think, and it's not failed me, let's just say that. If you think about it, fighting games don't tell you much besides you win or you lose. Everything relating to improvement is entirely based around your feeling. The punchy. How would you deal with getting out of that toxic mindset? Well, first, I would always recommend like notes, like if you're struggling to get out of it. That way, what you can do is you can use it as a reminder if you feel like, oh, I'm getting frustrated, I need something to check on. Comparisons are actually the fucking devil. Oh, actually, I do have a good video for you. We'll watch it after this. Like, they compare so much, like, you know, who's the best region? Who's the best player? Who's the best character? And there's two reasons for that. One, a lot of people are looking for excuses. Like, okay, well, Hotashi wins all these tournaments, but he plays Nago, so that doesn't count, right? We'll think like that, right? Like, without really even recognizing it. Basically, a lot of people tend to focus on these sort of things. This is actually the real root of why caring about wins in casuals is bad. When I was a young Romola, pre-Empress, I had a very specific thought process on how fighting games should be played. And if you didn't play like that, I basically thought you sucked. Like, I'll be blunt. Basically, if you didn't play super clean, I thought you sucked. I realized what's more important to me. Being opinionated about fucking fighting games, and I was like not even that good, honestly. In fact, I usually find that the worse you are, the more opinionated you are on subjects that you are not fully aware of. Like, the more I've gotten better, the more I've realized, like, you know, I've had very unhealthy perspectives. The reason why I'm so knowledgeable about mentality is because I've experienced all this, right? Like, I was a bit better than, like, you know, like scrub posting or whatever. I didn't get really angry very often. But if you lose all the time and you think this is how it should be, then yeah, you gotta avoid your own butt punish. That's a good way to put it.